Memorial Day weekend is a time to remember and honor those who died serving our country, preserving the sacrifices they made, including those right here in Winnebago County. Saturday, WIFR reporter Alyssa Kelly attended the unveiling of 7 Gold Star memorial signs in Durand, a dedication near the houses they lived in before leaving to serve our country.
Anthony, a Gold Star memorial sign is a marker that honors families of those who died while in combat. In the area, American Legion says the signs are a way to forever honor our local heroes. Saturday, project and board members alongside dozens of community members unveiled the Gold Star Memorial Block.
It's truly an honor to do this.
Signs dedicated to 7 local heroes will forever line the streets in Winnebago County near Durand, where they lived before being deployed.
It is one of our duties to preserve the legacy of Winnebago County and its citizens and the sacrifices they make for all of us for our freedoms.
Winnebago County Board Chairman Joseph Shirelli welcomes signs at 2 of the 7 blocks. The signs are up on the South Street, which is under the jurisdiction of the County Highway Department.
It's the least we can do when families approach Winnebago County and other veteran groups approach Winnebago County.
Durand Mayor Sheila Hoffman revealed signs on 5 other blocks the village maintains.
On Gold Star Memorial Block.
American Legion Durand member Tom Walsh tells me he got the idea of this on a visit to Chicago. He noticed Lakeshore Drive changed its name to honor a black trader. He thought, why not create one for the veterans too, sparking the creation of Gold Star Memorial Block.
I think it's vitally important if people understand that our country is a great nation and worth fighting for. They'll understand why we're honoring these veterans.
A ceremony was held at the Legion to honor all veterans following the unveiling of Gold Star Memorial Block.
A Durand High School history class also put together reports for 4 veterans who were honored. They also presented those reports at the Legion.